ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So we saw the verse number 50. धन्योऽसि कृत्य कृत्योऽसि पावितं ते कुलं तया यद् विद्या बन्धमुक्त्या ब्रह्म भवितुम् इच्छसि. Even though there is nothing called becoming Brahman, but the teacher uses the word very carefully that you would like to become Brahman. You wish to attain the Brahmanhood, if you want to talk this language. There is nothing called attaining, there is nothing called reaching, there is nothing called becoming. But still it is being Brahma Bhavitum Ichchasi. That you have a wish to become Brahman. That means encouraging the student in such a way that really you are great indeed, because you have brought the glorification to your family, and because of you definitely the family also is being blessed. In fact, it is being said very carefully. That is how the sannyas life is, especially when a sannyas is being taken. Generally, there is that Pinda Danam we do. This Nandi Shraddha. And you will be shocked to know, Ashta Pinda Danam will be done for 7 generations. Whether your parents are alive or not makes no difference. You have to offer for them. Means for them, for you they are dead, okay? So that you complete all the obligations, okay? So whether parents are alive or grandparents are alive or not, it makes no difference. You give. And interestingly, you also have to give for yourself. So when you are alive, you give. So you complete your job also, okay? You understand, like life is like this, okay? It's very nice. That's why by default, if a person becomes a sannyasi, even if not understand anything, because he has taken sannyasa, lot of punyam comes. So that brings lot of punya for the future life, at least. That is assured. However, coming to the point, that 7 generations are being taken care. So that is why it is being taught very nicely that in whichever family a person is able to understand. I am talking about sannyasa, is like not karma sannyasa we are talking about. We are not talking about jnana sannyasa. But here is being talked about jnana sannyasa, you understand? So when a person understands this, imagine what sort of, the wellness or what sort of goodness will come to that family. However, how? That's why one is supposed to put effort. It is not that only family everything. Now few verses will say how one's own effort is most important to understand one's own self. Because understanding one's own self or liberation is not something to be granted. It's not like, the central government grants for state government, or the World Bank gives some grant for some other thing. You understand? It's not like grant, okay? It is something to be earned by one's own self. Why? He gives a lot of examples, lot of practical points which really determines why and how. Let us look at step by step. Verse number 51, please read. Runamochana kartarah pito santi sutadayah bandhamocana kartatu Swasmadhanyo na kaschana.
Madhanyo na kaschana.
It's a standard rule. Those days, nowadays it's different, okay? He says, look, suppose the father has done a lot of debt. Now what poor child has to do? So poor child has to work to pay for it. There is no choice. That's why we say that a Pitru Runa has to be given back, taken care. So if the person does not pay back the debt of a father, definitely the child will not be happy, child will not be comfortable. Child cannot say, no, this is my father's problem, he did it, sorry. Nowadays, modern days, they do it, okay? Forget about father. Nowadays also, like in India, people take huge debt, okay? In millions, in trillions. They run away from India, okay? And going to another country, taking the citizenship, and also hidingly go in a boat to another country, okay? And trying to throw all the papers, standing on the beach. They got. It's a recent one, okay? Recent news. Again, that fellow was deported back. God knows what happened. Coming back to the point. So he says beautifully that when a father takes debt, let us say a person takes debt, that's better word instead of father. If a person takes a debt, now because he is indebted or she is indebted, to rescue from that, there are many people starting with the child. Sutadaya, child will come forward to really release you from the debt. Of course, brother, sister, relatives, friends, many people will give their shoulder to release you from that debt. This is the point. Means when you take some debt, there is some external help. And with the support of external people, definitely you will be able to release the debt. But here he says, very beautifully and carefully, if you look at Bandha Mochana Karta Susmat Anya Kaschana Naiti. Whereas too, if you want to release yourself from the bondage, if you want to make yourself free from the bondage, now tell me, who is going to help you? Is there anybody who will be able to help you? He says, Susmat Anya, other than you, nobody can help you out. See, when there is, if you have some bond, you have given some, bonds, created some bonds, or you have, put something as mortgage in bank or with somebody, external mortgage. So there is someone to rescue. Whereas if yourself is the bondage, you yourself have put mortgage with yourself. You understand? This is a beautiful way of looking at it. You yourself have put mortgage with yourself. Can you see this point? Now tell me, who is going to rescue you? Is there anybody to rescue you? In fact, this is what called adversity. If you want to really understand what is called adversity, this is the adversity in life. All of us we know what is adversity. That is called adversity when you take the support of a rope. Which turns to be a snake. Which turns out to be a snake. You take the support of a rope to protect yourself, to come out of the difficulties, come out of the situation, but which turns out to be a snake. And this is not end of adversity, okay? This is the beginning, okay? And interestingly, at that time, all the people become silent spectator. This is a perfect scenario of adversity or not? At least if they start shouting, snake will be scared, okay? Will not do anything. But all the all the people around it, surrounded by you that time, silent spectator. That's the perfect adversity, external adversity that in your life. Now look at this adversity, okay? Internal adversity. So you have put yourself mortgage with yourself. And what you have put mortgage? You have put yourself with yourself, okay? You understand? I am just playing with the words, okay? Now, who can rescue you? And interestingly, mind is so smart. Because all the games of mind, of course, we'll see. This is Agyana, Kama, Karma, these three. Agyana comes with the family because it never comes alone, okay? It comes with the children, grandchildren, okay? Great grandchildren. And in that, mind is so much accustomed, so much tuned to it. He loves it. We say very nicely, as the crab enjoys the muddy water, so also the mind enjoys the confusion. If you don't give confusion to the mind, if there is no confusion, imagine, suppose 15 days, mind is very calm. Will you like it? Common people will go crazy. What's going on? Am I okay? I need to do something, you understand? I need some problem. Good, nothing wrong in it. But please understand, whether you are putting yourself mortgage, whether you are tying down yourself or not, really one has to sincerely work every moment. However, says beautifully, that means it is me who has to. And why? He gives another example. Because examples after examples to make sure that, remember, freedom is not being given. You have to earn it. Happiness is not being given. You have to understand it. Freedom, you have to earn it. Happiness, you have to understand it. Okay, the next example he gives. One after another examples. Let us read the verse number 52. Mastakanyastya bharate dukkhamannirnivaryate kshudhadi kruta dukkham tuvina swena nakena chite. Very nicely says, look, if you look at mastakanyastha bharade, suppose there is there is a load on your head, some load, and it's very difficult for you to carry, and out of that there is a pain, dukkham, because suppose let us say you are able to carry 10 kilos, there is 20 kilo. Not only even if 10 kilo you are able to carry, 5 kilos you have to walk for 20 kilometers. You understand? So it's not how much you carry, how long you carry. That is also a big point. Remember, it is not only load, how long you are carrying. That also matters. It is not a thought, how long you carry that thought. That also matters. However, let us not get into this, another psychological aspect. That is actually, we handle this management talk, we start with this only. It is not the problem, but how long you are carrying the problem. That matters. However, here he says, mastakanyastya bharade. So, if there is a load placed on your head, and out of that there is pain, so that dukkham definitely can be relieved, can be taken away by others. Anyayi means other can help you out, because there is definitely, when there is load on your head, definitely somebody can help you out. In fact, we talk little differently here, which he gives different example, but before going that I am trying to say, if there is load in your head, you understand? If there is load on your head, just this is playing with English, okay? on your head, somebody can help you out. Feel pity. So sometimes some type of sympathy can help you out. Pavam, we say. They will feel sorry for it. Definitely they will bail you out, rescue you out. If the load is in head, now tell me, who will be able to rescue you out? That's why, especially in married life, most of the time, the load is in head. Poor husbands, poor wives, okay? It's not only husbands are poor, okay? Wives are much more poorer, okay? Please. You husband only knows, so they make feel that, okay, wives are as though culprit. No, hey, wives are most of the time victimized, okay? They don't express, that's all. They cry. So both, okay, both sides I have to now balance, okay? Not only one side. See, people are here, okay? So if I support one group, then Swamiji, enough. No food, okay? However, because this is the joke I make it, okay? I don't mean all these things, okay? Because if we become very plain, it will not be nice. So once in a while I have to cut this joke, okay? This is my joke. Don't take it seriously. If you take seriously, it's your problem, not my problem, okay? So coming back here. So if there is a load on your head, somebody can help you out. But he says, he puts another example, which is a very nice example. Instead of inside head playing with the word, he says, look, Kshudayati kuta dukkham. Suppose there is sorrow which is out of hunger, out of thirst. Now tell me, if really there is some type of pain in you, out of hunger and thirst, now tell me, who can help you except by yourself? I remember, generally mothers, they do very well. In fact, I have gone through, I remember very well in my childhood. So I can really give this credit to mother in this regard. You know, when the child is so hungry, a child is tired and hungry, sleeps up. Suppose after playing and sometimes, you know, you are tired and come sleep up. Then after that, when the mother will wake up for food, what you do? Because sleep is so strong, you don't feel like getting up, you understand? Some excuse you give. My stomach pain, because I remember some story you create, okay? No, I don't feel like eating. But mother knows very well, hey, this fellow is hungry, that's why all this cranky thing. So what mother will do, even if you are sleeping, will pull you and start feeding you. So then again will make you to sleep. Sometimes the child will not know whether that fellow is eating or not, because I have gone through a few times, okay, in my life. Openly I am admitting it now. Then morning I will get up and complain, last night I did not eat. How come you people ate and forgot me? And of course one slap will come, hey, we pulled you, you created all the nuisance and we made you to eat and again made you to sleep, and you are saying that no, you didn't eat. However, coming to the point, when there is hunger and thirst, out of hunger and thirst there is a pain in you. How that pain can be released? If any other person eats, your nearer one, dearer ones, your mother, your father, your brother, your lover, your beloved, if they eat, you think your pain that is caused because of your hunger and thirst will be taken care? Definitely not. It is you who have to work. It is you who have to satisfy. It is you who have to address your hunger and thirst. So only when you start working for it, only when you start really addressing it, your hunger and thirst will be taken care. Remember, when the hunger and thirst is physical, with reference to this physical body, you need physical object. Let it be some food or water. Imagine when there is hunger and thirst mental. And of course we all are crazy. We all are, hungry and thirsty in mental world. That's why when this corona has come, we all are going crazy. And of course, I noticed those days, now I can understand everybody. If you do not go to the shopping mall for a long time, how you go crazy? Because your hand starts itching, you understand? There is nothing to spend, you understand? So all the hands starts reaching. So if nothing's there, let us go nearby shop and buy some bananas. Okay. And I had seen in Tirunelveli. So when you guys used to come, what you do? So go to the next shop, poor shop fellow, he was enjoying. So buy anything and everything. So that come back and say, Swamiji, we are giving some business to the local people. It's not a business. So you want to socialize, you want to spend, okay? Called shopping therapy. However, joke apart. So when there is hunger and thirst in me mentally, when the physical hunger cannot be taken care by others, what to talk of the mental hunger? So that's why it is me who has to work for it again. So that means I cannot expect somebody will work for me, for my happiness. Somebody will work for me, for my freedom. So the freedom and happiness cannot be given to anybody. It is not mercy of anybody. Remember this point. However, let us look at, don't worry, again says, another example. Examples after examples, okay? Please read. Pathyam ausadha seva cha kriyate ena rogina arogya siddhi drushyasya nanyanusthita karmana. Say same thing, because with little bit different. Let us look at how, suppose there is a disease and now you are having disease. Somebody starts following dieting, all the rules and regulations and medicines. Will you be cured? If you have disease, who has to follow? It is you have to follow. So that means he says beautifully that this is the example. So in order to get rid of your disease, the one who is affected, called rogi, patient, has to follow pathya, right time to eat, and what to eat, what not to eat. What is good for the body, and also the doctor prescribes, Vaidya prescribes. No, actually I like it, I love it. I remember this is what we have gone through in our childhood, which is a very painful thing. This also, I can share my frustrations. I think some of the Indians will agree to it. Those days, nowadays things have changed. Those days we had a big problem in India. I personally have gone through, I can openly share with you. Whenever there is a fever, especially in Orissa, do you know what was the diet? Bread, milk, and apple. So put the bread inside the hot milk. Okay, becomes very soft. Drink or whatever way you would, they will give spoon or a hand, you eat. Hot also you have to say. After this thing, you have to eat apple. So these three were perfectly associated with fever. Till now also I have a phobia. If I see these three together, or separately I can enjoy. If I see these three together, till now I have phobia. Hey, look, I don't have fever, okay, please. So what I am trying to highlight here is, because that is how the doctors used to say. That is how the mother, the experienced people, you will be doing that. And that time I remember I used to ask for orange, okay? Because those days I used to crazy. Please give me some orange, because you know the taste bud is so bad. So some sour thing, orange. No. They will never give orange. I remember sometimes I cry, hey, please give me some orange. They had one unique thing in Orissa, they do it. If I ask more for orange, what they do is, they will give lemon. Very nice, which is really good texture, just I am trying to tell you. In lemon, they will put little bit salt and little bit sugar and put in the hot pan. And that juice, if you put it on your taste bud changes. That's all. But no orange. I do not know how and why. Hey, orange is actually good. No, orange is connected to cold, so fever may come back. I don't know how. They never give us because we cry, "Hey, please give me some orange." No, only apple, apple, and apple. However, so you have to follow, this is the point, you have to follow the food not what you like or what is good for your tongue, but what is good for the body at that moment. Can you see this point? And also regularly you have to take medicine. You cannot go to bed late. You cannot, even if you get up, I remember, even if you get up early, they'll say, sleep for some more time. This is not time to get up, okay? Sleep some more time. Even if you don't want to sleep, lie down. They will not allow you to come out. And the extension is now present corona, you understand? Forget about that time, at least they did not allow us to get up from the bed. Now you cannot come out of your home, okay? Outside sticker. What I am trying to highlight here is, so that means only the disease will be taken care when you start following Pathyam and Ausada Seva. You have to take care of your intake. Means disciplined life. And also you need to take care of the virus part or the bacteria part, whatever. Some medicine you have to take. Then only what will happen? You will be cured from the disease. Now, if instead of you doing, somebody does. Anyanusthita karmana. So if other person undergoes this treatment, will you be able to recover your health? Why this is being said? Basically, as for Ayurveda, as for Shastra, we all are healthy. This allopathy has destroyed, okay? Now if anybody listens to them, they'll say Swamiji is now supporting Ramdev, Baba Ramdev, okay? In India. It's another nuisance. Because in Sanskrit, health is called swasthya. What is swasthya? Swasmin tishtati iti swastha tasya bhava. When you abide within one's own self, you are a healthy person. That is called health. And being abiding in thatness is called healthy. So whenever you are with yourself, you are a healthy person. Whenever you are not with yourself, you are not healthy. That's why you can see, they say, medical science, as per present modern medical science, we say, but when there is foreign particles in you, that time you are unhealthy, disease comes. So disease is nothing, that which is external. That's why nobody can give you health. They can remove the foreign particles, whether bacteria or virus or whatever. So all the medicines, all the treatment is what? Not to give you health. Nobody can give you back health. Remember this point. You get back your health by default once the external factors are being removed or subsided. Can you see this point? All antibiotics or whatever process we do, it is not to give you back the health, because nobody can give you back health. So that's why here is being said very clearly, this Arogya Siddhi, recovering from the disease, instead of health, recovering from the disease only will happen when you follow certain discipline. And of course, make sure that external factors that has caused some damage in your body, that has to be checked through medicine. Now, if there is mental disease, what should we do? That's why in present day, mental patients are much more than the physical patient. And you will be shocked and surprised to know as slowly increases, especially after this pandemic. Time will come, there will be no bed inside the mental hospital. If you observe 30-40 years back, how many mental hospitals were there? I remember When we were children, especially in Odisha also, we used to say mental hospital is in Madras. And when I tried to move Madras, that time I came to know, okay, mental, because I wanted to know where is that mental hospital in Madras. Then I came to know Kilpak. I have gone there, okay? For one day I went with somebody to see where is that mental hospital housed. Because from my childhood I have heard mental hospital means in Madras. So that was one of my, dream to see. One was, that one. Another one dream which I did not see till now. Also I don't see. I have not seen properly. Another was what do you call that? Theosophical Society. That a tree, big tree, okay? Banyan tree. So far I have not seen. To be very honest, I have gone 100 times, 1,000 times in different occasions, different ways. But somehow it did not fascinate me. That's another point for me. However, coming back to the point. Now if you observe, in Chennai, almost every ward will have one mental hospital. I'm sorry to say. If not a clinic, at least, I'm sure. So what I'm highlighting here is, now along with the physical patient or this, now mental patients are equally increasing. So if I am a mental patient, if for physical patient I have to do all these things, if I become a mental patient, imagine how much care I should take about myself. However, that's why the discipline and other aspects takes care of this thing. Then how is it all about? What is to be done? Okay, now it goes. Look, what is to be done? Vastu Swarupam Sputabodha Chakshusam Swenaiva Vedyam Natu Panditena Chandra Swarupam Nija Chakshusaiva Gyantavyamanniravagammyate Kim. Says beautifully. So what is to be done? So good. Vastu Swarupam Sputa Bodha Chakshusah. So that means what? If you want to understand the nature of Vastu, any object, so what you need to do? So if you want to understand the specs, this Vastu called object, so you need your eyes. So through the eyes, you will have a clear understanding of this Vastu. Of course, provided if your mind is behind the eyes, okay? That's most important. Suppose mind is occupied. Or you discover actually your father or mother or somebody was putting this sort of specs to whom you love or hate. What will happen? You know. The moment you start seeing specs, either you will cry or you will get angry, you will not look at. Even though eyes are wide open, mind is not there. All sort of frustrations and closeness or whatever, both will come. The raga and the dvesa will come. So that means the clear understanding of the specs will happen when there is eyes open and behind the eyes mind of course there. So that means it is to be understood by one's own self. The pramana, eyes are means of knowledge, okay? This is the logic. Eyes means of knowledge. And this eyes, behind the eyes, mind should be there. That means the pramana, the means of knowledge, to be handled very carefully. Now he says, same thing also. As it is to be known, not to panditena, not through the learned men. Somebody tries to explain, oh look, you are somebody, oh this specs is beautiful, specs is nice. Will it be possible? How he says beautifully, Chandra Swarupam, he gives a beautiful example. Chandra Swarupam Nija Chakshusah Eva Gyantavyaam iti. Through the example, so that will come. Chandra Swarupam, the beauty of the moon, especially on full moon, not new moon, okay? New moon, there is nothing beauty, okay? Everything is blank. So, the beauty of the full moon, to be really Gyantavyaam, to be understood. The magnanimity or the coolness of the full moon to be really understood. You can use the word to be experienced, to be felt. You can use all these words, nothing wrong in it. only when you use your own eyes. But definitely, it cannot be understood by others' experience, others' explanations or descriptions. If someone says, "Oh, full moon, such a beautiful full moon, what a beauty, what a nice," definitely you will go along with the person. As much as you trust that person, that long you will go. After that, what will happen? Will you get dropped or not? You cannot. So, as it is important to see the full moon through your eyes, so also here is being used this word, Vastu Swarupam Sputa Bodha Chakshusaha Swena Eva Vidyam, not Panditena. So even if a scholarly person talks, gives the description about yourself, you can twist it little carefully. It's not going to work. So you need to use the means of knowledge. What is the means of knowledge? Means of knowledge here is the teaching, the Veda. And the means of knowledge has to be handled by the teacher. That's why behind the eyes, mind should be there. So that's why only Vastu Swarupa, one's own self will be understood. And remember, you have to take the responsibility. You have to put the effort. So how the eyes become more important? To see, to understand, to feel, to experience the moon, that to full moon. So also the teaching becomes very important to understand oneself. And of course with your effort, not with others. Why you are highlighting, finally coming back to the teaching? Don't you think that you are twisting all the time? Whenever convenient situation comes, you bring to the teaching. Maybe you have some agenda. That's why you are always trying to bring back to the teaching. No, I don't think so. Hey, look, why and how, please. Avidya kama karmadi Pasabandham vimochitum Kaha saknyad vinatmanam. I made a mistake. Kaha saknyad vinatmanam Kalpakoti sathirapim. Very strongly he uses this one, okay? So look, avidya kama karmadi pasabandham. So what is your effort? You want to be free. You want to really be mochitum. So you want to get rid of, you want to be free from what? Avidya kama karmadi pasabandham. So the bondage, that which is in the form of a noose. Because literally you have been tied down, okay? So when and how you have been tied down? Avidya kama karmadi. Starting with avidya, ignorance, and of course its product called kama, desire. Then comes karma, action. From karma comes karma phala. From karma phala comes, this krodha, lobha, moha. Each whole family comes, okay? Once one fellow comes in, you cannot think of how they do come. And finally they make sure you don't have any place, okay? We say Guspetiya, okay? They keep entering in such a way, finally you discover you are nowhere. It's like East India Company came to India. You understand? We have a lot of practical examples, okay? And finally what they did? They made sure the Bharata name got changed to India. A company is called country. Can you believe it? That's why Twitter is not being allowed. That's why India is taking a strong stand for Twitter, for your kind information. Whatever fight is happening, keeping this East India Company in mind, they are fighting now. However, let us not get into again controversial situations. However, let us look at, says beautifully, avidya kama karmadi pasabadham. So I am being tied out. The noose of what? This avidya, kama and karma. And of course, etc. It's not end with that, okay? Now if that is the case, I am not going to free myself. Impossible to free from all these things. Atmana Bina, accept oneself without putting effort, without having my own interest to become free at least. That's the first thing. Unless I want to be free person, can anybody make me free? Unless I want to get out of my problem, can anybody make me out of the problem? I have tried all my best, okay? That's why you can see my hair has become grey very fast, okay? In a few years of time, those who have seen me, in a few years of time, how my hair has become grey? Because I am trying. Now slowly I am understanding. You understand? That's why earlier I was, now what? Okay, because I cannot completely get rid of it. It takes time because you know. So that's why what happened. I am cutting slightest joke so that not for you people to do not hit myself. Okay, hey stupid fellow, calm down. However, coming back to the point, he says, look, without oneself, please understand, even if you work without yourself, kalpa koti satai api. Even if you work, koti means it goes, 1 koti is 10 million, okay? So it means hundreds of millions years you work. Remember, you cannot. That means, if you try to do any method, let somebody help me to release myself. Somebody will give me liberation. Actually, I am devoted to my Guru. Guru will bless me so that I will be liberated. You understand? I am now devotee of this God. This God will give me liberation. In fact, God has promised, when I am there, why there is fear? A good statement to hook the people. Don't worry. There are statements like, we call as a hook in advertisement, in marketing. Because how to catch the emotion of people. In this regard, I can tell openly, really my sincere regards and gratitude goes to Puju Swamiji. If we look at his teaching, what a marvelous teaching, but he could not use hook. If you look at in India, to be very honest, with such a great personality he was, many people in India did not know him, now also do not know him. There is a confusion which Dayananda you are. Whether Dayananda of Arya Samaj, or then you say, no, Rishikesh Bale, Chinmay, you have to give some explanation. Oh, okay. Then after that they will say. Whereas there are people, I don't want to name anybody, those who know how to use the hooks, those who only believe in hooks, those who only promote hooks after hooks, they are much more known, they are much more popular, they are much more acceptable. But remember, this is the point to be understood. Because somebody is popular, will come, verses are going to come, okay? Because somebody is popular, that does not mean that person knows everything. Popularity has nothing to do with the knowledge, please remember. Popularity has something to do with forming a government. If you want to form a government, you need popularity. Even if you lose, still you can become a chief minister. Because after all, you have majority, you are popular. But it has nothing to do with the government. So it has nothing to do with the knowledge. But we think whoever is popular, who is Swami is popular, that Swami must be a knowledgeable person. That Swami must be a enlightened person. You understand? Now every Swami, every organization is only after how to make themselves popular. The whole focus is not on knowledge. Just go to ashrams in India. How many ashrams are really working on teaching? handful. Now, because of this corona, everybody is in online platform. You understand? And it is not, they are helpless because they need money, okay? You understand? To support their organization. I'm sorry to talk, okay? How many Swamijis really are only dedicated themselves to the teaching? Handful. I can openly say this much openly. Swami Dayananda's student, Chinmay Mission student equally also, but there is a lot of restrictions, however, but they are also equally. Kailasa Ashram and a few other ashrams, like we have got some Kaivalya Ashram, few ashrams in all over India. Tamil Nadu also 1 or 2 are there. That's all. Big organizations, they don't encourage teaching at all, which is very unfortunate thing. Teaching is like time pass, which is very unfortunate. However, that's not our point. Point is what? Kalpa koti sataihi. Even if 100 of million years you spend, nothing will happen. But one thing is, don't worry, there will be some growth, at least maturity you will have. So next time, you will get, next birth, you will get a teacher, okay? So that you will be exposed to the teaching properly. This is assured, don't worry, okay? Okay, if this is the case, then how to look at? You think, if this is the case, then how to really understand one's own self? What is that? You are highlighting very much strongly regarding this self-knowledge, they were teaching how to do it. He says, look, next verse. Na yogena na sankhena karmana no na vidyaya at brahmatmekatva bodhena moksha siddhyati nanyatha. So whatever I spoke, the verse says, okay? I don't have to talk. Na yogena. Even if you practice 24 hours, standing on your toes or your head or hair or makes no difference. Hey, not that you should not do yoga, okay? Then you becomes lazy, lethargic, tamasic. That's another dangerous part, okay? At least the one who is practicing yoga is better fellow. So that should be a balanced life, okay? But here it's being highlighted. Just because you are practicing yoga, you are a rubber boy. Because you can do Nauli, Agnisara Kriya. You understand? All these things you can show that you are a yogi. Yes, it is very important, necessary for popularity. Or you are being caught in somewhere, so you can say, look, I am a yogi. You show some tricks and techniques. Wow, they'll be impressed. Do you understand? That is really nice. So like for example, I'll tell you openly. See, somebody told very nicely, Swamiji, you don't need any long back. I cannot forget. Okay, let me openly say this point also. I think it was in 2013 or 14. I completely forgot. I was in Puri, and that was the last year. After that, they banned strictly. So I was in Puri Ratha Yatra, car festival. So because to enter there, it's very tough. So generally I avoid. So I somehow, because one television channel people, they pulled me. No, you have to come. I said okay. And of course they were very kind to me. They said, look, you are not part of anything, but only you have come to see. I said yes. Because they took care of me. Then I asked them, hey, give me the pass. Because you need to have VVIP pass. And after VVIP pass, there is also, first pass, VVIP pass, that is called cordon pass. So only when you have 3 passes, then only you can toss the chariot. So there are 3 passes, okay? Impossible. Then when I said, hey, give me some pass, I remember somebody told me from the press, Swamiji, you don't need pass, okay? Your face is the pass. If anything goes wrong, no problem, anyway I will come back, because I was just from there, just 100 meters, not even 100, less than 100 meters, because from the relay room I was just 100 meters away, okay? No problem. You can come back and we will give you pass. And of course they didn't have, because they have cordon pass, only 1 or 2 pass, because being press, they will have only 1 or 2 total. And remember number 1 press that time, those fellows. So okay, I said okay, I had trust in them, I went. You may believe it or not, seeing my face, everywhere I was allowed, okay. First, the military cordon, first is by military people. No, first is local people, local volunteers, they allowed. Military allowed. Then local police allowed. Then when they went third one, okay, I could climb the chariot, I could do whatever I wanted. Not supposed to. In fact, I went and hugged the God and everything I did it, okay. Whatever I wanted. Nobody, in fact, there is big issue. And the worst part is when I was doing, these fellows were focusing on me, these camera fellows, okay, how to see my drama. That is another point. What I am trying to highlight is, just joke apart, this beard or hair or this dress is a pass to get some benefit. Can you see this? This is the honest approach I am doing it, okay? But this has nothing to do with the knowledge. Whether I am in this cloth or not, whether I have this beard or not, please understand. Whether I have hair or not, it makes no difference with reference to knowledge. It definitely is helpful for others. Hey, look, somebody is going. It's an attractive face. Because one has to be very clear and careful, honest with one's own self in this regard. That's why I am trying to criticize myself in this regard. That's why he says, no yogena, no sankhya. Sankhya means a lot of thinking, sankhya philosophy. And of course, no karmana, in any sort of karma you do. Remember, including no vidya. What sort of vidya? Your intelligence, proving that you are a learned person. You know many things, you can recite, you can quote left, right, left, top, bottom. Not even if that. Then how one can understand one's own self? He says, look, moksha, the liberation only comes brahmatmikatva bodhena. When only there is understanding of one's own self as what? Brahman. The identity between me and Brahman, me and totality. Unless the understanding of one's own self comes, that me as the totality, there is no dvaitam, there is no duality at all. All the duality is made out of my ignorance. We say, dvaite bhayam asti. Wherever there is a duality, there has to be fear. Whenever you have fear in life, remember, whenever you have literally brought yourself, smaller, or you have made yourself smaller, the more you start to expand yourself, more you try to accommodate, you will discover more you will have, magnanimity or less fear you will have in your life. Then it says beautifully, Brahmatmekatvatvena. That means only when there is knowledge of oneness, that you and the Brahman are one and same. With that knowledge only, please understand this moksha siddhyati. You will understand that you are a free person. No anyata. Not by any other means. While discussing this, then what to talk of, what was all about it? He gives a beautiful example which I wanted to take it. He says, look, Vinaya Rupa Saundaryam. Tantri Vadana. Okay, we can quickly read it so that because already I have completed, so that I can talk it, okay? Vinaya Rupa Saundaryam. Tantri Vadana Saushtavam. Prajaranjana Matram. Tanna Samrajaya Kalpate. Says beautifully. Veena Rupa Saundaryam Tantri Vadanam Aushtavyam. Suppose somebody knows how to play Veena. Veena looks nice, so especially when you sit in front of Veena and try to. That itself, look will be very grandeur. Because Saraswati, okay? Embodiment of Saraswati Veena. So very nicely, so the moment you sit, and of course you know how to play all the strings, ting, tam, tum, tum, all these things, beautifully you can do it. Remember, for what? Prajaranjana matram. Only to entertain the other people, nothing else. But through this, you cannot create a samurai, but nowadays it's possible, okay? You cannot create an empire, okay? Nowadays people do empire. Swami, after taking sannyasa, learns Veena. Can you see? Remember, you cannot become a Swami to learn Veena. Especially after becoming Swami, at least don't learn Veena, okay? Before if you have learned, it's different. That's why technically we say, a Swami is not supposed to play all these musical instrument. Really, strictly, a Swami is not supposed to play any musical instrument. Nowadays, Swami just wants to play flute and what you call Duvitaval, okay? Mridangam. Anyway, each one have got their own way of looking at. Let us not criticize anybody. Let us not point out. Everybody has got their own way of functioning, okay? Let them do it. So, this is only for entertaining people, but definitely not establish the empire. Means, this is not going to hold anything. More of it we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.